Alright, now time to find out where this clown is. Ah, I'm so glad you could make it. Believe me, I couldn't miss this even if I wanted to. So, might I ask what this is about? Whatever do you mean? Whatever do I mean? I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, Giorno. Do I? Do I know what exactly it is you're asking of me? I'm not quite sure I understand what you're getting at. You can save the small talk. I already know that all this is something that you planned ahead of time. Of course I know that. You're very much a smart cookie. So why must you play me like I don't know? Well, to be quite simple, I didn't think that you'd actually come and show up here. When the fate of everything that we know lies ahead of it, I of course have to come over here and see it for myself. And I had to just figure it out what exactly is it that you wanted from me. It isn't more so of what I wanted from you, just more so of stuff that I had to deal with at the time. You know what I'm saying? That didn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm making small talk, distracting you. Alright, anyway. Now that you're here, I have to ask you something. Seeing as we have limited time, why do you bother to ask questions? Well, if you came here, then you obviously know the conditions of you being here right now. That I'm trapped and can't leave until you say so, correct? Nah. And that's why I find that you would better off be at her... What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? Okay. Basically, I want you to join my cause. Join your cause? What do you mean by that? With everything going the way that it's going, you are fighting a losing battle right now. But you don't have to fight a losing battle. You could be more. You could be so much more. You could stand for a better cause, for a better tomorrow. I already stand for a better tomorrow. Me and my friends, we do everything that we can to help everything go exactly the way it should. No, you fool, that's not what I mean. What I'm talking about is, quite simply put, you have a magical prowess unlike anything I've ever seen before. Maybe one other person has it, but you are special in that case. This conversation appears to be leading nowhere. I'm not really sure why you keep insisting on burying the hatchet or something, or burying the lead. Could you just get to where you're going with this already? Join my cause, Uncle Garfield. Help me control the incursions. Because when we control the incursions, we can make everything greater. And just what makes you think that I'd be interested in helping you accomplish that goal? Seeing as you're here right now, you obviously know what is to come. And maybe I do. But if I do, what exactly are you trying to get at with that? Then you know the danger that everyone's in. That you, your friends, and I myself are in. You know the grand dangers out there. You know what the danger is. Yeah, the spider monster, the incursions, it's all dangerous, yeah. But I have some questions for you myself. Go right ahead, ask them all. We have all the time in the world. Because where we are right now, time doesn't flow. Release cape. Ow. Anyway, a floating cape. Now that's something I've never seen before. A little something the Sorcerer Supreme gets to pick up on his way. But anyway, as for my question. My question is, what do you gain from doing any of this? How do you mean? Well, consider it. There's a lot that you're doing that is very confusing to me, and it's very confusing to all of the others. Now, they don't exactly have the means to get any answers out of you, but I do. Which is why I came here. Which is why I didn't tell anybody I was coming here. Because ultimately I didn't know if I'd be able to come back or not. And seeing as, well, you said I'm trapped in here with you for probably God knows how long, I do wonder to myself, where are you going with this? What do you want from us? What do you want from this anyway? Why are you doing any of this? Why are you trying to stop the incursions? A bunch of questions. A lot of them. That, my friend, is a great question. A great question indeed. But, to that, I have a question for you. Why do you want to stop me when what I'm doing benefits everyone? Because what you're doing could lead to further danger, can lead to further harm. Which is ultimately why we need to find a different plan and a different way to go through with it. You might have misspoken there, but I understand the gist of what you're trying to say. You're saying that you think that my method sucks and that you're looking for a better method to deal with it. But ultimately what you're saying is we all have the same goal of stopping the incursions, now don't we? Precisely. But that doesn't explain my involvement with this. Why do you want me of all people? I already told you earlier that you have a power greatly unmatched by anyone else. Your magical prowess, being the Sorcerer Supreme, essentially opens the possibilities to unlimited forms of magic. Unlimited forms, untapped forms of magic, untapped potential. Plenty of it. And if we harness that power, then we can become unstoppable. And we can make everything great again. Everything. Everything great again in what sense? Safety. And great rest at night knowing that you won't have any more wars to fight or anything of the sort. You'll be able to rest. You'll be able to relax. You will be able to finally retire. But you can't do that when the world's ending now, can you? In fact, all you can do is just hope to lay down and die. And because I never quite answered you, what exactly is it in it for me, as for why I want to do any of this? Simple. I believe that all men are created equal. All men are equal. But some men are more equal than others. I realize that my goal to save everyone and to stop the incursions is a bit unattainable in my current state. I am just one man, see. I barely have any magical abilities. I know a little bit of magic, for I've studied it. I know science, but even then I'm still outmatched by other people who have been greater at scientific prowess than I am. And I'm not that strong. Not at all. But on that note of strength, if I become stronger, if I harness all the power of the items, then, simply put, I will be strong enough to become the anchor. The multiversal anchor. And I'll be able to hold everything together. And everyone will be able to live in peace. And as for me, I usurp the throne. Because there is a vacuum. A powerful vacuum. And that powerful vacuum has been vacated for quite some time now. A being known as... There it is. You just admitted you're only interested in doing this because you get something out of it and that you get power from it. You just want power. You are no different from other villains. A villain in your story, but a hero in the future generations. That is my goal. And if I have to, spill some blood, then I will. Because ultimately, the final goal is to make a better world. That's it. And we can't when things like that happen. Now then, I have something to show you. You didn't finish what you were trying to say. That doesn't matter. Let me show you something. What is that? This is the One Ring. The Ring of Power. See, in order to take the power of every single item and to become the strongest being, I need a vessel. And my body is not enough for that, so I needed a conduit. Initially, I was going to use the Infinity Gauntlet, or I was going to use the Infinity Hat. Unfortunately, neither of those things had the power that could hold all the energy ever. Plus, I would also need to use the energy from those as well. Which is exactly why I sent your little friends to go and get them for me. I assume they're on that right now, but I have not checked. So, yeah. And as for this ring here, it will absorb the power from those items and then it will harness them. That's essentially the gist of my plan. I still have to work it out, you know? Wait a minute. So you essentially have built so much on a plan you're not even sure it's able to work or not. Well, like I said, we do not have a lot of time, obviously. So I've just been trying to workshop what I can, and this is the closest I came up with personally. Which is why I don't really appreciate the villain comment you made earlier. I'm not a villain. I'm just a guy trying to save everyone. That's simply it. Of course, I don't like doing what I'm gonna have to do. I don't like doing any of it. But ultimately, I have to do it because sometimes there are necessary evils that are required to solve the world's issues. You know what I'm saying? And when there's literally reality warping creatures and literal rifts in the space-time continuum constantly opening up every single time, that's not exactly fun or assuring. I mean, if you sleep at night knowing that there's potentially a giant spider monster who can run around and eat you, or perhaps, I don't know, weird little big-headed freaks showing up randomly in your laboratory and then causing problems for you, or what have you, whatever's going on back there. Be my guest. Quite simple. But most people, I don't think, would like that. So that's where the One Ring comes into power. Not the One Ring, the One Ring. I misspoke. Whatever. Anyway, now is the fun part. We wait. Wait for what? We wait for everything to fall into place. Because as I said before, quite simply, your friends are going around gathering the items for me right now as we speak. So, likewise speaking, all we have to do now is wait for a bit. Wait. And of course, it shouldn't take long for us at all, but for them it might take quite a bit. So until then, you and I are trapped here. None of us can exit, none of us can leave. I have no intention of leaving. And neither do I. So I'm glad we've come to an agreement. But I'm still not sold in any of this. I really don't understand why you think that this is the way to go about things. Are you absolutely sure there's no other way? You've seen into the future. You know that there is no other way. There are many different possibilities for futures. But yet only one of them is going to work. Now is it? I fear you're right about that. Which is why we're going to do things my way. Now, I have one more request of you. What is it? Join my allegiance. So we're back to that again? Yep, because I never quite formally asked you to join me. Once you join me, I guarantee you, your little friends will remain unharmed. I won't harm them. I never said anything about harming them. But you were thinking it now, weren't you? You're a mind reader now, are you? I'm not clairvoyant, no. I just simply thought it was cliche enough for you to care about your friends a lot, to want to wish them safe. So you're not gonna hurt them. I think that's good. That said though, if you don't help me, I will kill them personally, hand by hand. I will slay them all. I thought you said you wanted to be recognized as a hero. When all is said and done, I'll bring them back. I don't fully intend to kill anybody, but I'd have to completely bring them back from memory. Like I said, I'm hoping to do this without any bloodshed. Oh, actually, I don't think I've mentioned that yet. I want to do things peacefully. I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to do any of that. Because again, I'm not here to do villainous things. I'm simply here to make things right. I'm simply here to do things right. Fill in a power vacuum that has been vacant for too long. And ultimately, bring things back to the way that they should be. And what way is that? We'll just have to wait and see. Wait and find out and see. But until then, like I said before, it will just be you and me. All alone here. All alone, you say. Then I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting at all. But, I promise you, Everything that you think will happen is not going to happen. We'll find a way differently from what you think is going to happen. And then when that happens, well, eventually, we'll rub it in your face. I don't know, maybe we'll eat pierogies or something. I'm not quite sure. You may dream of whatever you want to dream, but it doesn't ultimately change the reality of the fact that, well, things have to be the way that they are. There's no arguing with you. Well, I'm gonna go, take a leak. You have a restroom here or something? Essentially just go wherever you want, that's it. Okay, not quite sanitary. Alright then.